My child, this message is truly meant for you alone. And I know you almost passed it by, like so many other things, in a long and weary day. Yet that deep prompting within you held you back for one more moment, causing your eyes to pause and your heart to grow still. Because this is how I call you amid all the noise surrounding you. There are forces that do not want you to hear fully what I am about to say, because they know that once you recognize this truth, you will no longer bow your head before disappointment as you once did. Therefore, my beloved child, do not leave at this moment. If you pass this by, you will drop the answer meant for the silent sobs you once hid in the darkness. The prayers you thought no one had heard, but I heard them all. I know every tear you swallowed inwardly, every time you called out and received only silence in return, every minute you felt forgotten while others were welcomed and lifted up. Before I lead you any further, I want you to offer a simple sign of readiness. If your heart desires, press that like button as a hidden response between you and me, not to honor an outward form, but as a gesture showing that you are opening your heart to what has been prepared. For this is not merely a message passing across a screen, but an appointed encounter, a moment preserved precisely for today. The next few minutes do not come to entertain you, but to change the way you see your future. I have always been watching over you, even when you thought you were invisible. I saw the doors slam shut before you. I saw injustice make you falter. I saw the pain you carried as you wrestled in silence, while those who lived without integrity seemed to prosper with ease. I also heard the questions you did not dare to speak aloud, why I was silent, why your prayers seemed to dissolve into empty space, why you had to wait so long. But my child, I have never forgotten you, not even for one brief moment. Your name is still kept within my care. And today I am opening before your eyes a new chapter you once did not know you could enter. I want you to close the eyes of your heart for a moment to all the old noise and behold what I am showing you. There is a house by the sea, bright and peaceful, its walls receiving the gentle sunlight, its wide open windows embracing the vast blue of the ocean. The waves move in steady rhythm like a song of comfort, while the evening light descends in gold, amber, and soft rose, covering everything with the warmth of homecoming. Inside that house is a long table, beautiful and full of life, where those who belong to you are gathered together, no longer distant, no longer cold, no longer divided by old cracks in the heart. And what I want you to understand is not merely the image of a home, but the promise of restoration, of belonging, of joy that is no longer fragile as before. The laughter there is not a fleeting happiness used to hide exhaustion, but true peace rising from the deepest place within the heart. That is what I am preparing for you after the many days when you endured too much dryness. So do not think you have been forgotten. And do not believe that your life is written only with broken passages. I am gathering every fragment of your life and building them into a new scene. More beautiful, warmer, and more abundant. Remain with me in faith, for what is opening before you is not an illusion, but the answer of love for the child from whom I have never turned my eyes away. A change has quietly taken place within you, so slowly that almost no one noticed it. But the heavenly realm has seen clearly every step by which you have been made new. Beloved child, not every transformation arrives with loud noise. with resounding declarations, or with signs that immediately draw the attention of others. Some growth takes place in the hidden place, when you are simply trying to get through each day, trying to keep yourself from collapsing, trying to continue living with kindness amid the things that weary you. While you thought you were merely surviving, a deep inner alignment was completed within you, and it has changed the way you see, the way you feel, and the way you stand firm before life. You may not yet realize how much you have changed, because the circumstances around you do not necessarily become easier at once. But what matters is that your inner world no longer reacts as it once did. The things that once easily pulled you into emotional whirlwinds now pass by without clinging to you as before. The situations that once stole your peace now lose their strength more quickly, because you no longer give them the authority to control your whole mind. This is not coldness, nor does it mean your heart has closed. It is mastery born after many seasons in which you learned how to stand still in the light. I, Michael, want you to understand that this new stillness within you is a precious seal. There was a time when you needed reassurance in order to feel steady, immediate answers before you dared to move forward, and complete clarity before you could breathe freely. But now, you have learned to breathe through uncertainty. You have learned to wait without panic, to trust without demanding instant proof, to walk without needing someone to constantly confirm your worth. This is the maturity that the world may not see, but the heavenly realm measures very clearly. People often look at outward success, visible rewards, and victories that are celebrated aloud. But the Most High looks at how you respond when what you long for has not yet happened, how you guard your heart when the answer has not yet come, how you still choose what is right when no one praises you. It was in those quiet spaces that you were refined. You have stopped joining battles that do not belong to you. You have stopped explaining yourself to those who are determined to misunderstand you. You no longer react to every provocation, not because you have become weaker, but because you have learned to discern what is worthy of your attention. O beloved child, the energy within you is sacred, and you are learning not to waste it on places that only bring chaos. The old version of you, the version that always had to prove itself, always had to defend itself, always got pulled back by noise, has reached its closing hour. Your new self is rising in peace, clarity, and dignity. From now on, you no longer need to return to old patterns just to find a familiar feeling. I am with you, guarding this renewal, and reminding you that you have stepped into a different season. You may move slowly, but you will no longer move backward as before. At the same time, a strict layer of protection is being activated around you, quiet yet powerful, not displayed with loud sounds, but operating like a holy circle of light covering your life. My child, understand that this covering has not come randomly. It has been placed upon you after seasons in which you obeyed in silence, endured with perseverance, and learned to align with what God is doing within you. There were things in the past that could wound you deeply with only the slightest touch. One word could make you think for days. One person could enter and disturb your peace. One small situation could drain your strength until you believed you were not strong enough. But I speak to you with kindness. It was not because you were weak, but because you were being taught discernment, stability, and how not to allow every outside thing to enter the hidden place within you. Now, a new boundary has been drawn around your life, and that boundary is unlike anything you have known before. In the past, protection may have come in the form of correction, making you feel limited, blocked, or separated from the things you wanted to keep. At times you did not understand why a door closed, why a connection faded, why an opportunity that seemed good was taken from your hand. But when the maturity within you was completed, you began to realize that not every restraint is a loss. Some forms of restraint are mercy. Some distance is an answer. Some separation is the very shield God places around you so that what is toxic can no longer easily find its way back. I, Michael, am guarding your next season, and I declare that what once wore you down will no longer have the right to cross the line that has been established. You will begin to notice that certain troubles withdraw without you needing to fight so hard. Some conflicts will dissolve before they have time to erupt. Situations that once always tried to pull you into tension will collapse before they can reach you. Do not call this coincidence. This is preservation at work. Do not see it merely as the silence of circumstances. This is a new order being set around your life. Beloved child, you are being protected from emotional exhaustion, from unnecessary attachments, from environments that make your mind heavy, and from opportunities that appear bright on the outside but could take away your peace within. Therefore, do not grieve when something no longer comes near as it once did. Do not blame yourself when you can no longer tolerate the places that once drained you. Maturity has made you more sensitive to what is unhealthy, and protection has made it harder for you to return to old darkness. Walk with gratitude and watchfulness. Keep your heart tender, but do not open every door. Be kind, but do not hand yourself over to what only knows how to drain you. Love deeply, but do not confuse love with allowing chaos to rule your peace. From now on, what once attacked you will encounter a new boundary. What once broke you down will no longer enter easily. God is protecting you through distance, through doors closing at the right time, through endings that are gentle yet necessary. And when you trust that protection, you will see that you are not being isolated, but preserved, so you may step into the new season with greater purity, peace, and holy strength than ever before. The separation that has just taken place did not come to wound you, but to protect the maturity being formed within you. I, Michael, speak to you with the gentleness of the watchman. Some connections fade not because you have become cold, nor because others are entirely wrong, but because something within you has stepped into a different rhythm of understanding. As you grow in the light, the way you feel, choose, listen, and respond also changes. Therefore, not everyone who was familiar with your old self can recognize who you are today. That is not a tragedy. It is a sign that you have crossed a new threshold. There was a time when you deeply needed to be understood. You wanted others to know that your heart was not evil. Your intentions were not wrong, and your pain was not weakness. You explained, clarified, defended yourself, softened your tone so others would not feel uncomfortable, and sometimes even shrank your own truth just to preserve peace. But then a quiet shift occurred. You began to realize that understanding cannot be forced. A person can only meet you at the depth they are willing to enter. If they only want to hear according to their own prejudice, All your explanations will be twisted into whatever they want to believe. Beloved child, as you grow more mature, the things that once made you rush to react suddenly lose their power. The noise that once pulled you into a spiral now passes by like wind beyond the door. The matters that once kept you awake no longer have enough strength to pull you away from peace. You are no longer drawn to noise, rivalry, or the need to prove yourself right before everyone. You begin to hunger for depth, truth, stillness, and connections that do not require you to perform your pain in order to be cared for. Because of this, some people will say, "You have changed." They may say you are quieter, harder to approach, less willing to share, no longer as you used to be. But be at peace, because sometimes they do not remember who you truly are. They only remember the role you once played in their lives. They remember a person who always explained, always yielded, always hurried to fix the emotions of others. When you no longer live according to that role, you feel unfamiliar to them, not because you have lost yourself, but because you have outgrown the garment that was once placed upon you and had become too tight. Some people only knew how to connect with you when you were struggling, unstable, or in need of their validation. When you became more steady, calmer, and more capable of setting boundaries, they no longer knew where to stand in your life. Your stability revealed the chaos they had not yet faced. Your silence left those who once depended on your explanations with nothing to hold on to. Your boundaries exposed the unfair expectations they had placed upon your shoulders. So do not call every departure a loss. Some empty spaces are created so that what fits may enter. Some connections fade so your heart will no longer be pulled back into a version of yourself that has already been healed from. I am rearranging what surrounds you, not to leave you lonely, but so you may be surrounded by those who can meet you in maturity, respect your light, and love you without demanding that you return to old pain. Tonight is truly unlike the nights before, because the winds in heaven have begun to shift on your behalf. I, Michael, speak to you with the kindness of the Higher One guarding your path. Things that were once stuck are now being loosened. Paths that were once blocked are now being opened. Parts that were once buried are now being called forth. And fragments that seemed impossible to heal are now being arranged by the hand of God into a new order. You do not need to keep fighting in despair to obtain what was already appointed for you. You also do not need to beg for love from places that only know how to offer uncertainty, coldness, or half-hearted affection. Tonight, I want you to stop sitting in silence like someone forgotten. Because you are not forgotten, you are being invited to step into the portion reserved for you. Understand this in peace. Not every promise is meant for the crowd, and not every outpouring touches the one who refuses to open the heart. There are blessings prepared for those who recognize their moment, who say yes in humility, who believe that God did not bring them to this threshold only to send them back empty-handed. You have listened, endured, and walked through days when others did not see the weariness hidden behind your silence. And now, what once felt like only a faint call is becoming clearer. This is not a reward for your perfection, but a response to the faithfulness that quietly stood firm through many seasons of testing. I have watched over this moment for many days, and now it stands before you like an open door. What heaven needs from you is not a long explanation, not an effort to prove that you are worthy, but only a sincere yes from the deepest place within. You may whisper it softly, but if it is spoken in faith, the atmosphere around you will begin to change. Some movements first take place in the unseen realm, so quietly that you cannot yet point to them with your eyes. But then they become undeniable. The things that once treated you as though you were unworthy of respect will no longer hold the same authority. The doors that once remained silent will begin to respond. The right opportunities will come to you more naturally, not because you strain to chase them, but because you have been repositioned in the proper place. Then you will realize that new streams of love are coming. Not chaotic, not forced, not causing you to lose your dignity, but carrying gentleness, clarity, and safety. Even your thoughts will be quieted. The inner voice that once accused, worried, doubted, and made you feel small will soften, making room for a deeper peace. You will no longer react to everything as before, no longer hurry to believe fear as though it were truth, no longer allow the past to control the way you see the future. Beloved child, you were brought here by something greater than yourself. This is not coincidence, but grace wearing a very ordinary garment in order to reach you at the right time. And right now, that garment is being removed so you can see that God has always been leading the way. Say yes with faith. Then keep walking in watchfulness, because tonight is a sign that what was delayed is no longer standing still, and what belongs to you is beginning to find its way back in the light. Now, I want you to understand that the openness of your heart matters more than every outward gesture, because the favor of God truly flows only when you are ready to receive with a tender heart. My beloved child, I, Michael, do not come to tell you to treat a small action as magic, nor do I want you to believe that grace is limited to a touch or an outward sign. What I want you to see more deeply is the inward posture, when you tell heaven that you are ready, when you stop resisting what is good, when you cease closing the door because you fear disappointment. A new flow begins to open in your life. True agreement is not found in form, but in the moment your heart says, I am ready for good things to enter. There were seasons when you closed yourself off without realizing it. You thought you were being careful, but in truth, old pain had made you cautious even toward blessings. You said you wanted to be loved, supported, and led into what is right. Yet a hidden part of you still feared that if you opened the door, you would be wounded again. Therefore, today, I am not merely reminding you to receive a sign. I am reminding you to remove the veil of doubt that has covered the good promises. Let your heart become clear and open, like a spring released after many days of being covered by stones and earth. As you are being prepared in this way, somewhere else, the one who will enter a covenant of love with you is also being stirred in a way they cannot fully explain. There is a gentle yet distinct pressure in their heart, a prompting that makes them know their life is being led toward something greater than passing connections. They may not yet know your name, may not yet have seen your face in real life, but there have been signs, dreams, and unusual moments causing them to feel that someone is being prepared for their future. And, beloved child, this is not meant to make you rush, but to teach you to trust divine timing. They may have looked for you in the crowd without understanding why. Perhaps when they saw a pair of eyes, heard a voice, or passed through a familiar place, their heart suddenly grew tender. as though they were remembering someone they had never named. They are not searching for a temporary figure. They are searching for a peace that only love, prepared in the light, can bring. Every time the thought of you crosses them, their heartbeat changes. Not because of chaotic obsession, but because something within them is being awakened to recognize what belongs to the future. So keep your heart pure and calm. Do not chase with anxiety, and do not close the door with doubt. If this connection is truly built by God, it will not require force, manipulation, or fear. It will be known by clarity, respect, peace, and the way the two of you are brought near to one another at the most beautiful time. I am reminding you to prepare yourself as one who knows how to receive grace, open-hearted, yet not without wisdom, hopeful, yet not hurried, trusting, yet still walking in the light. What has been appointed for you will find you, and when it comes, you will understand that heaven has quietly been weaving every thread for a very long time. Oh, beloved child, I want you to know that the Great One is not only soothing the pain within you, but also clearing the path ahead so that you may walk with new clarity. The lies that once clouded your vision are losing their power. The rejections that once caused your heart to shrink are no longer permitted to define your value. The old whispers that said you did not matter, that you were not seen, that you were only someone left on the margins, are being pushed away from the sacred space around your life. I, Michael, stand near you in this hour to remind you that your identity is not built on the approval of people, but established in the enduring light from above. You have lived too long beneath names that never belonged to you. Some people saw you through your mistakes, some through your seasons of weakness, and some remembered only the parts of life where you stumbled, without recognizing how you have been shaped, lifted, and made new. But heaven does not call you by what wounded you. Heaven calls you by what you are becoming. Therefore, today, I want you to agree within your heart that your identity has been secured, not through a loud voice, but through a peaceful confirmation. You belong to the light. You are preserved. You have purpose, and your future does not rest in the hands of temporary judgments. Understand that this clearing of the way does not only happen outside of you, it begins in the hidden place within you. When you stop believing the lie, a door opens. When you no longer embrace shame as though it were your true name, a chain is removed. When you choose to stand upright, even after being overlooked, heaven places within you a steadiness that no one can take away. You do not need to prove your worth by exhausting yourself. You only need to return to the truth that you have been loved, called by name, and guided through every season in which you thought you were walking alone. Now remain in this awareness, not because you fear the good flow will disappear, but because you are worthy to receive the full clarity that is coming. This moment is not a scattered coincidence. It is like a gentle appointment between you and mercy from above, where the things hidden in your heart begin to be illuminated. The Great One is placing a radiant shield around your future, not allowing old words, old fears, or old doubts to enter and destroy the new thing being prepared. I speak to you with kindness, yet with strength. Stand firm. Something great is gradually being revealed, not necessarily through a shaking noise, but through peace becoming clearer within you. You are about to understand why you had to be separated, why false things had to be exposed, why certain doors had to close, so you would not lose yourself. Let the confirmation in your heart become a holy seal for the new season. Your identity is secured. And when you truly believe this, you will no longer walk like one longing to be recognized, but like one who already knows they are seen, loved, and led into wholeness at the appointed time. You could pass this reminder by, "But I, Michael, you am calling you to open your heart right now, because there are blessings that do not stand forever outside the door when the one being called continues to turn away. I do not speak to you through pressure, nor do I want you to enter faith through fear. I come in kindness, from a high and noble place of light, to gently draw you back to what you have quietly waited for so long. There were seasons you walked through with weary feet, hoping and doubting at the same time, wanting to believe yet fearing you would be disappointed again. But today, this word comes to awaken within you a very gentle knowing. What is meant for you has come closer than you thought. Beloved child, this miracle is not some strange thing wandering through your life by accident. It carries your imprint, touches your story, and answers the nights when you wondered whether you were still remembered. Perhaps you have scrolled past many things, searched in many places, heard many promises, and yet your heart still did not truly rest. But this time, there is a different trembling within you. Your body may be responding with emotion. Your heart may be beating faster. And the deepest part of you knows this is not an empty call. Do not rush to deny that feeling simply because you have grown used to protecting yourself from hope. I know you have waited long. You have stood before closed doors, watched the things you loved move away, and believed that certain opportunities, connections, and joys would never return. But hear me, what was lost does not always vanish forever. Some things are taken from your hands for a season so they may be cleansed, rearranged, and then returned in a higher form, at a better time, no longer carrying the same chaos as before. What you once wept over may return, not to reopen old pain, but to prove that restoration can come in a way you never imagined. Therefore, do not keep standing at the threshold with hesitation in your heart. You have searched far enough to recognize what leaves you empty. You have waited long enough to understand what is truly precious. You have endured enough not to keep handing your life over to things that are small, shallow, and easily broken. Now, I invite you to do the best part that belongs to you. Keep your heart pure. Open your hands to receive. Walk in peace. And do not sabotage what is good with familiar doubt. Not every beautiful thing is a trap. Some gifts are sent to lift you up. Tonight, allow joy to find you again. It does not need to be loud. It does not need to prove itself. It does not need to call the whole world to witness it. You only need to know in your heart that something has begun to change direction. Heaviness is making room for light. Waiting is touching the moment of answer. What you thought had drifted out of your life is being led back by a strange but grace-filled path. Be at peace. My child, do not let this miracle pass by while your heart remains closed. Open your heart, for joy is drawing near. And this time, you will recognize it with greater gentleness, clarity, and fullness than ever before.